Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Again, this is Bisayang Math, and today we're going to be talking about ellipse where the center is at the origin. Well, before we do some problems, let us try to understand first the function of each values of this ellipse. Well, here let's talk about the major axis. And what is the major axis? Major axis is the longest distance between the two vertices. Well, here in this graph, our major axis is determined by the ordered pairs of 0 and positive negative y. And always remember that our major axis is equal to 2a. While here, our major axis is determined by the major vertices, which is positive and negative x and 0. Well, next, let's talk about the respective equation of this graph. In this graph, we have this equation, x to the second power over a to the second power plus y to the second power over b to the second power equals 1. While here, we have x to the second power over b to the second power plus y to the second power over a to the second power equals to 1. And now, how to determine whether our graph looks like this or this? So, to determine that one, just always observe the value of a and b. Now, if our b is greater than a, or this one, the value of this is greater than this, or the value of b is greater than a, then the graph looks like this. While this one, if our a is greater than b, or the value of our a here in this equation is greater than b, then our graph will looks like this. That is how to determine the graph. Well, this time let's talk about the two fixed points. The two fixed points is what we call foci, and each of these 2 points is what we call focus. With this graph, our focus lies on the x-axis, and its coordinate is equal to the positive and negative c and 0. And with this graph, our focus lies on the y-axis, and it's equal to 0 and positive negative c, where c is equal to the root of a to the raised to the second power minus b to the second power. Always remember that our focus always lies on the major axis. And also, always remember that our a variable, that is the value of our major axis. And for our b variable, that is the value of our minor axis. Well guys, this time, let's learn how to graph the ellipse to understand more about the ellipse. Well, we have here the equation. We have x to the second power over 9 plus y to the second power over 4 equals 1. Well, to determine or to graph the ellipse, all you have to do is to determine first the following variables. We have to determine the value of a, b, c, and its foci. Okay, first let's determine the value of a and b. Now, how to determine the value of a and b? So always remember, guys, that the value of a is always bigger than the value of b because a is our major axis. So you have to determine its denominators or their denominators. So have you noticed there that 9 is larger than 4, of course, right? So we need to say 9 will be the value of a, and a lies on x-axis. Well, now let's determine the value of a and b. So again, we all know already that the value of our a lies on x-axis. It means that our major axis lies on x-axis. Well, in our original equation, the denominator of x squared and y squared is a to the power of 2 and b to the power of 2. So since this is 9, so we have to determine first the root of 9, and that is 3. So we need to say the value of our a is 3. It means that there are 3 units from the center going to the vertex or the major vertices. And also for our letter b, the value of our letter b for the minor axis, so we have 4. So determine the root of 4, and that is 2. It means that there are 2 units going to the minor vertices. Now, since we all know already that the value of our major axis lies on the x-axis, it means that the value of our foci is equal to positive and negative c and 0. So that would be the coordinate of our foci. Now, let's determine the value of c. So we all know already the equation of our c value. So that is c is equal to the root of a squared minus b squared. Take note, that is not a Pythagorean theorem. That is a equation for finding the value of c. And now let's determine the value of c in order to determine the value of our foci. So again, c's equation, we have the root of, c is equal to the root of a to the second power minus b to the second power. So we have already the value of a, that is 3, right? Okay, then squared minus 4, that is 2 squared. And that is the root of the difference of 9 minus 4. So we have here now 9 minus 4, that is 5. So our C is at the root of 5, or equal to the root of 5. It means the root of 5 units from the center. And if you have your calculator the root of 5 is approximately equal to 2.24. So meaning to say there are 2.24 units from the center of the ellipse. And then we have now the value of our foci coordinate. So we have here the positive 2.24 in 0 and also negative 2.24 in 0. So you can now plot those points value, or you can now graph our ellipse. Well, now let's graph our ellipse. So since we all have the variables value, so we can now graph our ellipse. Well, we all know already that the value of our major axis lies on the x-axis, and that is 3 units from the center of our ellipse. And we all know already that the center is at the origin. So just simply count 3 units from the origin side by side. So 3 units going to the right and 3 units going to the left. And for the minor axis, we have 2 units going up and going down. So this is our points, or the minor and major vertices. So now we already plotted all our vertices. So we have here now our major vertices and our minor vertices. So all we have to do now is to graph those points. So just simply connect the points and form your ellipse. Okay, that is our ellipse now. And next is to determine our focus. Now to plot our focus, that is approximately located at this point. That is 2.24. It's almost 2.50, right? So this one also, that one. So again guys, that is how to graph our ellipse. Hope you like this video and thank you for watching.